Hey y'all, welcome back to the Duck Pond. It's your girl Ducky. I hope you guys are having a lovely day. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a budget breakdown. Usually when I do these types of videos, I have already gone through my budget 3 times, and whatever money I'm breaking down in the actual video is the money I have left over after I've gone through my expenses and my bills and stuff like that. So in today's video, I'm going to do it a little bit different. I don't have the money yet because it is Wednesday when I'm filming this video. At work, the pay stub gets uploaded into the system on Wednesdays, so we can see our paycheck, but I don't get that money until Friday. So Wednesdays, I like to go ahead and look through how much money I'm getting, how much is going into my 401k, and like all the deductions and all that. And then I decide how I'm gonna break it down. And when I come film this, like my Sunday reset video is what it was called, the money that I'm stuffing is the money that I've already set aside after my bills, my car payment, and all that stuff. So today's video, I'm gonna do it from scratch, and then I'll come back later in the video with actual money and divide the money that's gonna go into my binders. Before we do that though, I want to go through my little debt-free to-do list. I did this a while back, but I never shared it with anybody. It was more of a me thing, but I do want to add it into my happy planner at the very front. So I figured I would go ahead with you guys and share what was on my list and cross off any that we can cross off. So my first one was pay off student loans. I did that at the end of last year. My credit card, I paid it off in July of this year. My emergency fund, my goal was 1,000 minimum, so I wanted to set that up. I just reached this last week or 2 weeks ago, so I can finally cross this out. And I'm trying to match the theme of the top ones, but it's not gonna work out because I'm doing it myself, and those were auto-generated because I was like, oh, I have this list, let me make it look pretty so that I can, you know, feel excited about it. I also want to pay off my car loan. I have about 6,000 left last time I checked, a little bit more than that I believe. And another goal was to set up high yield savings account for Poe. We did set up a savings account for him. I looked at the rate. It's not really high yield, but like I mentioned before, I didn't choose the bank because I'm not Poe's parent, I'm his sibling. So we have his savings account. I don't remember the rate off the top of my head, but I know it wasn't a high one. I do have a bucket under his name where I'm putting money in there every now and then. And then once he's old enough, then all that money I'll put in, I'll hand it over to him, and he'll decide which high yield account he wants to use. And the other goal is to save money to move. The goal is maybe 2026, but we're not too sure about that yet. And by we, I mean me. Because I want to have a strong emergency fund. And I want to know, like, I want to have all my debts paid off so far. Now it's only my car that's left, but you know, you guys know what I mean. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my paycheck budget sheet. I didn't make this budget sheet. I think we're on the right place. I Googled online free budget templates, stuff like that. And I found this page called Printables. It's always linked on my budget breakdown videos because I know, like, some people, they like to do everything manually. Some people like spreadsheets. And if you guys hear a lot of noise in the background, Milo and Canelo are jumping back and forth from the bed. When one gets down, the other one goes up, and then they see the other one get down, so then they're avoiding each other basically. So yeah, what I was saying was this one, I got it for free. I tried making my own. I didn't like how it looked, so I was like, let me look for a cute one. And what I like about this specific one, it has a paycheck 1 expense and paycheck 2. So I usually do my week 1 and week 2 for my full-time paycheck. And my part-time pay, I get it the opposite week of my full-time pay. So that one, if I overspend, then I have enough for that week to make it through until my next paycheck. If I budget well, which I try most of the times, that money goes towards my car payment. Before, it was going towards like extra credit card payment. So I chose this one. So let's see. Usually I just go through and write my binders, but this, like I said, this week I'm going to be doing ahead of time, so I'm gonna go ahead and budget my full paycheck. So my full paycheck was $17.37, and I'm gonna show you guys how I go through and write it all down. I do it usually on sticky notes, and I write it 3 different times. I make sure all the numbers add up, and then when I get here, then I just do the leftover money. I forgot where I was because I had to take the dogs outside. But oh yeah, 737. The first line item is going to be bills. For bills, I set aside $400 to $500 depending on how much money I get. This week I'm doing $450. And that stays in my bank account. It just goes into I have a separate savings account. I had 2 open. I wasn't putting any savings in there, you guys, for a long time. So one of them, I use it for to put my bill money aside so that I know how much spending money I have available, because if I leave it there, I'm scared I'm gonna overspend it and be like, oh, I have enough money, and then forget about my bills. So I just automatically have it 400. I did recently put it up to $450 every 2 weeks, so about $900. I do get $50 a month from my sister for her phone payment, because I do pay the whole bill and she sends me her portion, so that helps out. Bills is $450. I recently raised it up because of the light bill, but it just depends. If I see that I'm not gonna have enough for gas, then I do lower it a little bit, but I ensure that I have enough for the bills that are coming up. So, and that includes the phone bill. We have a family plan. I pay the light bill and the gas bill. Sometimes I pay the water bill, sometimes I don't. It depends on how much money she has. If she has enough, then she'll cover it. If I feel like, oh, she doesn't have enough and it's gonna be late, then I cover it. For my car payment, I do $250 every paycheck. I pay $500 a month, but my payment is around $450, but you know, I just like to round it up to $500. Whenever I can, I do add a little bit more. I'm gonna start doing where my part-time paycheck automatically gets moved to my car payment money so that I can start paying that off a little bit quicker. For gas fluctuates between 90 and 100. Recently, I've been doing 100 for gas because it's been a little bit more expensive. Spending, I give myself $100 a week, so $200 for 2 weeks. And then in the savings, that's backwards. Savings gets 100, and that's going to include the Marcus account where I have my emergency fund, and then Ally where I have my buckets. I went ahead and put them in separate account and banks because since for the Ally one I have buckets where I'm going to be pulling out, and the emergency is where I'm not going to be pulling out. In my head, it was easier to process that Marcus is do not touch and Ally can be touched. I was scared that if I put my emergency fund in with the Ally with the buckets, that I was going to be like not thinking it as through when I pulled out money for an emergency. And if you heard a noise in the background, that was Poe yelling. He's watching TV and he gets very emotive and loud when he does. And then for Poe, his savings account, I'm gonna put $17 in there. So that should be, oh, I did not bring the calculator. All right. If I did the math right, this adds up, this leaves me $600 from this $1,737. So from this, I need $20 in cash for Poe for his book readings for 2 weeks, so $10 a week. And then that leaves me $580. Beam, 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 beam. For my binders, if I remember right. I did have rollover from my previous paycheck. I had $73.57, and I'm thinking of doing $24 Marcus, 24 to Ally, and 24 to Post savings account. Oh, you know what? This is wrong. I have to do this math again because this is a different number. Okay. But anyways, from the 73.57, I will be doing 24, 24, and 25.57. 24 goes to Ally. 24 goes to Poe's savings account. And 25 goes to my emergency fund. So I'm gonna go get a calculator and double check this because, like I said, I go through my budget 3 times to make sure it adds up, and I don't know where I got the 17 from. That might have been me writing a different number. And I write ugly, so, you know. Alright, you guys, I'm back. I have the money from the bank. It should be $620 if I did the math right. If I didn't, then it's gonna be a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 200. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 300. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 400? Yeah, 400. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 600. 25. 35. 45. 55. 65. 75. I said 75, 85, 95, 100, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 620. Usually in my videos per week, I have $300 to work with, or anywhere from $200 to $300. It depends on the week. Sometimes I have more, sometimes I have a lot less. This week I have 600, but that is because I decided I'm taking out week 1's money, 300, and week 2's money, 300. So of this, I need $300 to put aside for next week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I remember that's why I had a paper clip on this. So 300 is for next week. We'll come back. We won't have all this extra steps to do. We'll just have our binders to deal with. So now we get to, first and foremost, $20 goes to Poe. So all these other stuff, they've already been taken care of. Bills, set aside. Car, set aside. I do have to make my payment. I'll do it when I finish filming. Gas, I have that money in my bank account, and the spending money is in there too. These savings accounts are done. The $20 for Poe is those that I just set aside. So now we get to go through our binders and work with $300. Sorry, y'all. And to be safe, I'm gonna go ahead and get a, where is it? The calculator again, so that I don't confuse myself. Oh, that goes there. That goes there. And this go there. That's why it wasn't adding up. So in the bottom in pink, we'll do pink. I'm gonna go ahead and write, if I can get it, okay. Just cross it there. And whatever goes here is week 1. For week 2, I have $600. And I'll deal with that next week. Right off the bat, I want to set aside $5 for my tinies. So I have $300 minus 5. And I'm gonna do a $5 bill. Just because that $1 bill, I'm gonna need one of those. I did decide a while ago, this little card holder I was going to use to put $1 in here every time I film. I haven't been doing it recently because I haven't been filming at my desk. But I'm back at my desk. I have this little thingy, and I'm gonna take one of these dollars and I'm filming, so I'm adding $1 in there. If I can find an open slot. All right, there we go. So I'm just gonna do purple. No, because I have another purple binder. So I'm just gonna do Namjoon for $1. minus 1. Oh, that's wrong. $2.94. Now we have our mini Mondays, and it always gets $20. Well, our minis, because I haven't been doing them on Mondays recently. Five. So I'm gonna do 4 $5 bills. 5, 10, 15, 20, because it's easier to make change for $5 bills than a $20 bill. Especially now because I'm running low on change. Next is my Sailor Moon binder, which is for moving out. So move is going to get 100. That was my goal, to stuff it every time I stuff it, put $100 in there. I haven't been doing it, so I want to get back into it. I've been doing a lot less because I've been trying to stuff both my holiday binder and this binder, and before I was rotating it. So we're gonna do 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 100. So minus 100. We have 194 left. I'm gonna go ahead and give my Pop binder some money. So I'm gonna do 2 weeks worth, so 40 bucks. I just round up for whenever we have to bring the bill. So 2 of these. 1, 2. And now we subtracted from our calculator. Minus 40. We have 154 left. We have Pose binder, which I didn't bring. So Pose binder. Oh, it has this little sticky thingy on it. This is for the wires to go. Pose binder is going to get, let's do 15. 10, 15. Minus 15. I have 139 left. I'm gonna go ahead and set aside. Yeah, Poe gets 15. I have to get with him to stuff this, so I might tell him to come hang out time with me today so we can get his binder stuffed. All right, we have 139. Oh, Poe wants to start his Tiny's binder. We haven't set it up, so I'm gonna go ahead and do these $4 and set it aside in here. I believe he saw mine and he wanted to do one as well, because I mentioned this is my like little tiny stuffing for holiday, because I haven't been saving for Christmas all too much. I have a big family, so I should have started earlier, but it wasn't in the budget. You know, I had priorities, but now I can focus a little bit more on Christmas and Thanksgiving. So he wants to start his own binder so he can have his own Christmas savings. So I'm gonna put $4 in there. We'll set it up and stuff his binder a little bit later. Oh, so I did $4. So we have 135, and that's gonna go to my savings challenges. So 135 is what should be there. If it's not, then I did the math wrong, and that's not good. But okay, so there better be, I was about to say, there better be a lot of $5 there. So 65, 75, 85, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15. I did something wrong, you guys. My math was not mathing. Oh, I don't remember if I included that. I think I did. I don't know. Anyways. Okay. So, I think I did something wrong here, because if I subtract 20 from there. Oh, you know what it was, you guys? I had $20 I gave to Poe for something else. So that's why my numbers are off. I forgot I took $20, I believe. I think. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Either I counted wrong in week 2, or I did the math wrong somewhere along the way. But we have $115 for this binder. It's all right. It's not too much of it's a little bit of a big deal, because I'm like, I thought I did my math right. but I did have that oopsie where I was like, what did I do? But it's okay because it's money saved. If it ends up in that I put it in a different binder, I'll just leave it in that binder because apparently it was meant to be in that binder instead of this one. But we just have to be flexible with our budget. Sometimes our numbers don't add up, and usually it's my fault, but it's okay. Before I continue though, I was doing the 100 envelope challenge, the roll and save way as shorts, but I've stopped doing it. I'm on number 23. I'm on day 23, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna go ahead and stop this challenge or keep it going and make it like, because I don't think I'll get it done by Christmas. That's the thing. So I can't be like, I'm gonna use this for Christmas savings. But for shorts, for me, I don't like filming shorts. They're hard to set up, and then the editing, I get stressed when it has to be under a minute and I can't get it, and I'm like, what do I cut out without making it look weird? So I'm thinking about once again stopping this challenge and just setting it aside. If I do decide, I'll pull it out with you and we'll see how much money we saved in those challenges in those 22 days. Yeah, 22 days. They're mostly $5 bills, $6 bills, singles. It's either fives or singles because I was using a 6-sided die. But I'll let you guys know what I end up deciding. If I do end up pulling it out, I'll probably just put it towards Christmas savings instead of continuing it. It's just I have more fun with all the other challenges that everybody makes, over like all the group plays, over me coming in here, rolling a dice and adding it there and then waiting another week to do that. It's just a lot of waiting and it's not as fun for me. And I do want to start the 52-week challenge. I've been thinking about it because I've done the 52 weeks challenge. I've done it once when I was just doing my part-time job as a part-time job, and then I did it again when it became my full-time. So I've done it twice and it was easier for me to manage. So I'm not sure. I'm leaning towards just taking all the money out and putting it towards Christmas savings, but I'll let you guys know. I haven't decided fully because I don't want to give up on this challenge again, but it's not bringing me as much joy as the other challenges. So yeah, I think that's all I have for today. We went through my budget. It got a little messy. I'll try to do this again in my next paycheck. So in about 2 weeks, I'll have another one where I'll start on this side, and I'll try to be a little bit more clear with where my money's going, because this little area, I was doing well until we got up to here. So we shall see. That's all I have for today. I will be adding probably 2 new challenges in the Google Drive. I didn't print them out because I didn't make them for me. One of them was for Rani. One of her videos, I saw that her and her husband had gone to Ironman, and she was like, "Oh, if anybody can make me a challenge, she would be grateful," and all that. And I looked it up and I was like, "Oh, this can make a really cool challenge." So I made her a challenge, and then on Sunday's live, by the time this goes up, it'll be last Sunday's live. She was singing "I'm Saving Like a Wrecking Ball," and it was stuck in my head until like Wednesday, and I was like, okay, I have to make a challenge. So I made a challenge themed for that, and I sent it to her. So I sent them the challenges that I made for them first, but I don't think they would mind it being uploaded for other people to use. But I'll put them in the link, in the freebie link, if you guys want to use them. I'll make sure to tag them both. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and go over to their channels and subscribe. I'm not sure if Andrea is still working towards watch hours, but if you guys have people you guys want to run their playlist, go ahead and add her. Don't forget to join the duck pond. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't checked the subscriber count. There's been other stuff going around. I just haven't checked it. It's not been a priority, but don't forget to like and subscribe.